How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm going to be showing off a fully maxed hero team, and yes, that does basically mean that he is also maxed out. And basically, I just got extremely lucky, and I kind of wailed super hard for the last one, but that's not the point. The point is that this man is to be released eventually, but yeah, this is the team that I am going to be using, and this is very exciting. Going to be taking on the boss rush stage, of course, but I hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And of course, if you haven't seen my summoning video already, spoilers, I managed to pull 2 in a small amount of stones, and then of course I did a few summons off camera. This is the wrong thing. So yeah, I did a few summons off camera, and you know what, I'll tell you the story of how I journey to my way to a fully maxed Gogeta. So basically, of course, I pulled a 2 from that first video, and then I kind of summoned on the Japanese version of the game, and I was annoyed I didn't get him, so I did a YOLO multi on global, and I pulled him. I was like, oh, okay, so I can pull him easily on the global version, but I can't pull him on JP. Okay, this is cool. So I had around 200 stones left. I used the 200 stones. I pulled another one, so I'm like, okay, you know what? I've come this far, might as well go for the last one, right? And I did manage to get the last one in the end. So, I mean, it kind of sucks that his leader skill currently isn't here. Of course, he's going to be coming out in the future, and when that time comes, he is going to be an absolute madman. But for now, this is what I'm going to go with. But let me know how many you managed to pull, because I saw someone pull like 3 Gogetas in one multi-summon, which is absolutely insane. And of course, my luck was pretty damn good as well, so I'm happy with that. And, oh, you did get the additional. Wow. Fair enough, and you can see how much of an increase that boost actually gives him. And I believe his additional level is only at 6, so that was a bit of a surprise to me. But okay, and then of course we have the Vegito Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. The Vegeta has level 15 additional, and the reason why is because when he super attacks multiple times, the attack gets higher and higher that way. So he is actually my very first in-type unit that I maxed, and I didn't really have too many other options. So I thought it was either going to be in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or just someone that I was going to get in the future. So I didn't really bother with any of that. And I do have LR Gohan, who I basically have everything open for in terms of the 3 dupe paths. Rage Trunks, I didn't really get any dupes for, so that wasn't exactly part of the equation. So I just decided to go with in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I do feel like he is slightly underrated, to be honest, because he is an incredible unit, even to this day. And over on the Japanese version of the game, it's like extremely consistent. And I would imagine that at he's a counter, and I would imagine that at 100% he's going to be even more of a beast. And of course I haven't tried him like yet because wow, okay, so this man is actually insane. So yeah, I haven't really had the opportunity to try him out on a mono in team, but definitely be on the lookout for that video basically. But in today's video in particular, I just wanted to focus on all of the units, and yeah, just hope you guys do enjoy it. So let's go with this, and unfortunately Vegeta's debuff does not activate here because Goku is a hero, and it's not looking too good for him in terms of super attacking and bollocks. Okay, I haven't used that one in a while. Alright, let's go over this. And we should be able to survive most things here. I'm pretty certain that if we do get super attacks, we are going to survive. But it's very likely that... Oh, okay. So, unless the counter's a crit, it's not going to do too much because of his high defense. But Vegito Blue could potentially wipe him out here. Actually, probably not. Depends on how many more super attacks he gets. And moving on to in Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I'm actually really curious to see how good this man is on Mono Int. So that's one super attack and get the additional. You don't get the additional. And did he super attack us? I wasn't really paying attention there. I swear, I was kind of blank because I'm talking at the same time. It's like, wait, what just happened? Right. See, the thing is, like right there, that Kamehameha link activates, but because he is basically dead, I'm not going to bother with all of that. Gonna go ahead and grab just these orbs. I'm actually looking forward to see how far I can make it without using too many items. I am probably gonna have to use a few in a few moments, but that's not the point. Okay, 2.3 million crit. Man, this guy This guy on his own lead. Jeez, okay. Let's see what we can do here. So we have double Vegito. And Gotenks, I think that was. So Gotenks. Wow, I actually said double Vegito. This is how you know I need to sleep. I need to sleep. Right, let's aim for the tech one. And then Gotenks. Damn it, it's not going to be the 11 key, but Vegito should be able to take him out. Or like, well, I would say all of them, but it depends on how lucky I get. Because that RNG super attack mechanic can kind of screw you over. I would imagine that he is going to take out Sorbet with the counter. Okay. I don't know if you can take him out without a crit. Yep, didn't think so. But he's dead. Vegeta is going to take out the tech type, which is the Goma. And then Gotenks is going to finish off... what's his name? Sagoma? No, I think that's the right name. Yeah, I think that's right. Sagoma. Sagoma. I probably completely butchered the name. Alright. Now, who do we have? Like, I've noticed that I haven't really been using the SDL Gogeta too much. Like, can you imagine how overpowered Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would have been if he had, like, a built-in crit? And I think that's what a lot of people expected, but they definitely did go a different route. And I think the biggest worry for a lot of people was that they were going to make these units too overpowered, and then, of course, the units that were to follow these ones would just be even more overpowered. So I'm glad that they aren't too insane. Granted, I know a lot of people don't like the category thing, because you basically have to run a ton of specific units to fully utilize them. And is that? I thought that was 11 million damage there for a moment. So yeah, I'm glad that they didn't go down that route. But I know that at the same time, people are annoyed that they aren't that overpowered. So, conflicting opinions. But in my opinion, I do think that this was a good decision. Right, so what can we do here? I'm actually curious to see if this man actually Dokkans into the LR or if it's going to be a brand new one. Because if it's a brand new one, like, they can just, you know, do what they want with the card pretty much. I would imagine that it is going to be similar to the current Vegetos, but it will have some differences, of course. And if it does Dokkan from the current one, that is where things will get interesting, because he will most likely have the best leader skill in the game. Well, it may not necessarily give the biggest boost, but it will by far be the best leader skill for the hero teams. But by doing that, you are putting villains at a disadvantage. So it doesn't really work unless they do change his leader skill to physical types. But by doing that, you are essentially getting rid of the physical lead. And because of how many people have this man, it's just not going to work out too well. So I would imagine that it is going to be a new one. But, I mean, I suppose we'll find out. And I believe it's been almost a month since the start of the LR election. So still no sign of that legendary rare. I don't know. Is a release viable in the coming weeks? I definitely think it's possible. Will they do it? That is a question for another day. And I'm glad I didn't get a Dokkan mode here, because it would have been a complete waste. Not like it matters too much. And I think I've used one item so far. If I was a bit smarter, I probably could have avoided using an item, but it's cool. And of course, Vegito hasn't taken him out. So, going to take him out with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I'm really curious to see how well this man performs on Mono Int now, because he's legit only getting a 100% stat boost here, and he's hitting for like 650k consistently. But if I was to put him on a double LR Gohan lead with a boost of 180%, which is almost double, this man is going to be hitting close to the millions pretty consistently, especially when you take into account the boost that he gets from, you know, his own super stat mechanic and such. And, of course, Vegito doesn't super attack, but it doesn't really matter here. Well, Super Vegito doesn't super attack. Vegito Blue does super attack. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually curious to see the time that I beat it in. I'm hoping that I can beat it in maybe 15 minutes. Is that too ambitious? I think that may be a little bit too ambitious, but look at that attack stat. This is going to be, like, hit super hard, especially if it's a crit. And 2.6 million crit. Not gonna lie, was kind of expecting more. But that's still really good, of course. Right, go with this. I probably shouldn't keep Vegeta around, but he does have that debuff, so he does have some value here. And of course we get the 9 key of Gotenks, so you don't see him not get the 12 key super attack consistently, but he's decided to stray a bit away from the 12 key super attack this time round. And that is one of the advantages of running Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, because him being linked up with Gotenks basically allows Gotenks to get some of his other super attacks for once. But when you have Vegito in the exact same rotation as him, it's just like, oh, okay, they both have Over in the Flash, they both have Fuse Fighter, so that basically instantly puts him on 11 key, which just screws him over instantly. And if this is a crit, it could maybe take him out, I'm not too certain. And a crit maybe would have taken him out, and I legit don't think that he has super attack once this video. I mean, there just hasn't been a need for it. I have Vegito Blue, of course Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as well, who by far has the highest attack stat on this team. But of course the Vegetos have the highest damage potential in his team, and he is getting crits pretty consistently, so I can't complain. Right, now this is going to be a very interesting rotation, so I'm going to start off with this and put Vegito there just because he is going to take less damage from this. Actually, to be fair, with the debuff from Vegeta, he could probably take a lot less. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to put me like next to no health. I think I should be able to survive this. But I do have a type disadvantage at the end. But then again, I have a ton of health left. And Super Vegito is going to take next to no damage. So we are going to be fine here. Right, so let's see what this man can do. And that power bestowed by Godlink is actually kind of underrated. It doesn't give too much of a boost, but every boost does help, of course. And when you're working with a team like this, it's kind of hard to like stick with a particular rotation, because every single unit in your team has a use. Granted, in this particular situation, Vegeta can't not debuff. Vegeta has a type disadvantage, so he isn't going to be hitting as hard as he normally would. But he still has his uses in terms of the debuffing, and I'm hoping Gogeta is going to take him out, and if he doesn't, he's going to be very close. And I think I'm just going to use a healing item here. I'd rather not risk it, to be honest. And who do I have next turn? I have Super Vegito, I have Vegito Blue Gogeta, so I should be able to take out the first stage of the Cell event without too many problems, which is by far the most annoying stage because of how many enemies you have to take out. But when you have this amount of counters in your team, it's not too bad. And here comes Vegito Blue. Can you just imagine how broken this man would be if he does, in fact, Dokkan into an LR? His leader skill would... I mean, would it be the same as Trunks'? That would make Trunks useless. And that is another reason why I think that they aren't going to Dokkan the current one. Granted, it would be absolutely amazing for, you know, the free-to-play players, and I actually want that to happen. Now, I initially said that I wanted a summonable one, just... I mean, it would be different and it would be cool, I suppose, but if you don't manage to pull him, it would just be terrible. So I definitely, now that I think about it, I definitely want him to be the current one, but there are just so many things that could go wrong with that in a way that, I don't know, it just makes certain units a bit irrelevant, which is, of course, something that you don't want happening. But at the same time, it would, give a ton of free-to-play units an incredible unit. Free-to-play units, I can't speak. A ton of free-to-play players an incredible unit. I really can't speak today. Right, let's go with this. Let's grab the ones with Vegito Blue and then Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So, it took one more turn than I would have liked, but it's still, making a decent amount of progress. And I have absolutely no idea how long I've been going for. Let's see. I think I've been going for 15 minutes now, so not too much. But if I could beat this before the 20-minute mark, that would be great. But then again, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta stage has like 4 different stages, so I may be spending a bit of time there. And I would be very surprised if we actually don't beat Cell in this rotation. Again, it all comes down to what Vegito Blue does, and of course the other guys. But okay, that's one counter with a crit. And if we get multiple super attacks here, he should be done. To be honest, even with just a few normal attacks and... Okay, get super attacks. I think even if I don't get a crit here, the super attacks from the other guy should be enough to take him out. Okay, so now we have Super Vegito, who despite having a type disadvantage, Can still hit pretty damn hard, and Gotenks is going to take him out with the 11 key super attack. And here we go. There he is. So, moving on to the STR stage, and he is pretty much done here. Actually, this may not be as straightforward as I would like it to be. So, I'm actually going to go with this, and of course, do I need to use an item here? You know what? High chance to counter. Let's just YOLO it. And if it doesn't happen... And it did happen. Thank you. So, the high chance to counter paid off, which is nice. And I have to say, I am a big fan of this counter animation. And look at that. 834k from a counter. And is he actually going to finish him off here? And this super attack animation is low-key savage. And there we go. Gogeta just finished him off by himself. Got the super attack off, and of course, wait, and I just realized I'm taking on the wrong boss rush. I'm taking on the long one. Okay, so I'm going to finish the Vegeta stage and then just end it there. I'm not planning on taking out, the entire thing. I just thought this was the demigod stage, but clearly I am wrong. So, very close to the end of this particular video. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. It definitely has been a lot of fun to use these units. And if Vegeta doesn't take him out here, I would be very surprised. Yeah, this super attack should finish it. There we go. And I have absolutely no idea why his quote isn't that. Because that's the quote that he had in the series. So it would make sense. But for some reason, on the global version, they decided to go with get a load of this. Which is great, I suppose. I hope that LR changes that, though. They probably will. Because every card has a different quote. But so far, like, all of these guys have been performing super well. For this video in particular, I was running Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta over the LR Gohan, but normally I would probably run LR Gohan. It's not to say that Vegeta isn't a great unit, he is, but I just think that Gohan personally will perform much better on this particular team, despite not debuffing. I mean, I suppose you could say that the events would go by a bit faster, well, then again, he does have a pretty long super attack mechanic, so it depends on how you see it. But it depends on what you want, of course. If you want more damage output, then Gohan is the better option. But if you want a debuffing and other things to come into play, of course, you want to go with Vegeta. Right, so now what can Vegeta do here? I'm guessing I'm going to be very close to taking him out here. If not, and I get the additional. So he is dead here. And I believe the next stage is Int already. I believe it is, because he doesn't go Super Saiyan 3. And, of course, move on to the Int stage. Now, what do I want to do here? It's a bit of a risk, but it paid off the last time I did it, so I'm going to try it again. And, of course, Gogeta does not have prepared for battle, so poor Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is not going to super attack. And we are actually pretty close to Dokkan mode. I think if Gogeta gets a crit, it's pretty much over. Well, Super Saiyan 4, that is. And STR1 decided to get a crit as well. So, what can he do here? Additional or a crit would be nice. 40% chance. And he did not get the crit there. And he did not super attack me. But is Vegeta going to get an additional? I mean, you got the additional attack, but it was a normal one. Am I going to get super attacked? I did get super attacked. And there it goes. And I don't know exactly what it was, but someone brought up quite a while ago that apparently there was like a mistake with a super attack animation, but I still can't see it. If there is one, let me know, because I'm curious to see what it actually is. I doubt it's anything big, but apparently there is like an error in a super attack animation, but maybe they fixed it by this point. And we are probably going to take him out with the Dokkan mode here. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video as always, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Going to finish this video off with a Dokkan mode, hopefully. And of course, stay tuned just for more videos like this in the coming days, because a lot of exciting stuff on Dokkan at the moment. A bit unfortunate that we did not get the leader skill on the global version of the game. Of course, it's going to be coming eventually. Are they working on bringing that mechanic as soon as possible? That is another question, but I definitely know for sure that we are going to be seeing it at some point in time. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.